Alrighty, good morning, buenos dias. Let's do a quick little live stream here and get ready for the day. Let's look over some stuff. We've got about 10 minutes till the open. We've already been scalping around a little bit on NQ. Uh, really had a nice drop there for a minute or two, but let's look at the bigger picture first here. There we are. Okay. So I've marked some key levels here. This is the NQ daily chart. First thing, let's just go and look right here, this beautiful trend line. So we did bounce off of it. We've got 3 touches now, so we do have a solid trend line here. I've got the gap on down here, which we didn't quite fill, but just the roll gap. Interesting to watch that here on TradingView. But my very key level basically is holding this kind of gap that we have right here. You see we kind of peeked through it, hit the trend line, and then we held that yesterday. We're back up here. VPOC, volume point of control, right where we're hanging out at. If we look at, this is a daily 50 SMA, which is down here on NQ, not too far below us. So that's kind of interesting to watch as well, but just wanted to look at the bigger picture before I get too zoomed into what we're going to look at today. Let's turn that back off. Fib retracement. So if we did put in a low, so what we're looking at right now for me, we're looking at, we either have a dead cat bounce here, or just your typical relief bounce, or hey, we maybe we go a little bit further. The question will be answered throughout this week, in my opinion. So this is kind of what I'm looking at. If you look at the daily here, the first fib level we come to is this 967. That's, I mean, basically right where we hung out most of the day yesterday. That's right where our point of control is on the volume profile. There's a lot of factors right there. I think the 4-hour like 21 EMA is right there as well, coming down. So here's the zoomed in look a little bit. So this right here is going to be kind of my flip spot. So not only did I have this key level drawn here, because you can see this right here, you can see the bounce here, the support here, and then we're trying to get back over that. We get back over this, this is going to be my target. And I pulled up Bookmap. I looked at Bookmap for NQ, and I did see earlier there was some liquidity sitting way up there, right at that 162 area. Right now they've got it sprayed out 20-ish, 2050, and about 2080s or so. They've got liquidity sprayed out above us. Down below 850 is kind of the key level below us. So I'll look at that level here in just a second as well. I do want to jump over here because I was looking at this Edgeful as I get ready for my day. You guys know I love to pull up Edgeful, go over some of these reports. So I'm looking at this right here, performance by weekday on NQ Futures. So the performance by weekday, if I just scroll down here, you can actually see what the actual report does. If you're watching this, once the broadcast is done, you can pause this and read this real fast. But basically what this does, it's looking at the performance throughout the day. And you'll notice on Tuesdays, so we're going into Tuesday morning here, Tuesday is on green days, the smallest amount of performance, and the second largest red day performance. So kind of a turnaround Tuesday type of picture here that I'm seeing. This is over the last 1 year. So that's kind of some interesting data to think about as well. Since we did get yesterday, we got this, let's see, where our basically right in here's where our day starts. We got a nice relief here, and then we trolled back down overnight. I did catch a nice short last night, just playing off of this area. So you see that volume point of control and the fib level, several layers of confluence right here that I'm watching. If we do get upside, so let's look at our upside first. If we get upside, there's an area right in here where we may have an SR flip. So you see how many times we supported on this level. Let's call it 2026. Um, we can draw. Let's just draw this right here. We're gonna go about right here. So I mean that's an SR flip for me. We need to break over this, and honestly I would like to break and probably come up here, hit, and then go, and I'd be looking for this 162, and 162 is the previous high area. That's a fib level for me, so I do like this area for an upside target if we clear this. Now I'm not saying we're going to do this today, but hey, who knows. We do have some big earnings today. I'll look at that here in just a second, but this would be my upside area if we do get over this. So preferably I want to see over this, bounce and go, or we fell here and I want to see us come back down here. Now let's take a look if we do head back to the downside. Now I can draw a couple different things here. I'm going to draw this one first because it's a bigger time frame view. Let's turn this off just to clean that up a little bit. So if you look at it from this perspective, I know it's a little bit busy. We came down, we broke this low slightly, but you can see we broke it and immediately reclaimed it. We've come back up here. The fib level that I had on this retracement, so here's the up move, here's the retracement of it, and we really need to get back over this level right here. And if we don't, then I'm looking for this right down here, which I know it's a long ways down, but if we do fail this trend, that's not out of the question at all. If we fell that trend line that I was showing you guys at the beginning of the video, would be interesting to see this 1.272, guys. I've told you about this several times, but something to definitely keep a watch on when we're watching this. So something I'm watching there. Let's jump back. Right here, let's zoom this in. I'm going to go to the 1 hour, just zoomed in view a little bit. So from our low here to our swing low to swing high is what we have basically yesterday afternoon. If you see what we did overnight, I had some targets down here around 900. There's 895. You see that basically held there, the first fib level there. The fact that we reclaimed and we're holding over this is a good sign for me. If we fell back below this, then I can look for 850, which I just mentioned a minute ago. They have a lot of liquidity, probably the most I see on the book map right now, down at 850. So that's where I would look for next. And then if we came back up here, it would be something like that, right? So I would look for this level to fail if we're going downside. If we get under this, I'm definitely short to here. Going to take majority of profit if we bounce. As long as we stay back under that 900, then I'm looking for this 803 area right here. And when I see these levels, and you look actually, now this already happened, but we did have the low yesterday morning right here that we can watch. And so Edgeful has these indicators I talk about all the time as well, guys. Let me show you this. First off, the pivot point's very important here. If you look at 914 is our pivot point, things can get real choppy around here. If we do get over, one of my targets today will definitely be this 110, which if you look at where that lines up, there is some stuff right over here to think about as well. But between the fibs I was talking about a while ago, where I had the 160 area, which is going to be right. I mean, how perfect is that first fib I drew? Let me draw it back and show you guys on this 1 hour chart here. Boom. 162. Look at that. So yeah, so upside targets for me today, this pivot point area for sure. We got to get over this area. There's probably going to be some stuff to hang out with right here. I know I was talking with my buddy Rizzo. He's market auction theory, TPO. He reads it better than pretty much anyone I know. He's got a big area here. So my upside target first, basically I think we probably hit and do this. And then I'm looking to get through his first kind of level he's worried about in the 60s here. And then would look for this pivot point and then right here. If somehow we clear this, here's your next upside targets there. So we'll watch that. Market is about to open here, but honestly, I'm not super excited to trade the open. I had a couple nice trades, one last night, one this morning. So I'm going to continue to chart this stuff out just a little bit. The other thing I want to show you guys, let's see, previous day range. I like this one a lot because if we zoom in here, I can just take it down to a 15-minute chart to make this look even easier. Yeah. All right. So, I mean, we haven't really gone much of anywhere, right? Which being at that volume point of control, which is basically this, you see this 965, when I had that turned on, it's going to be zoomed in right here. But yeah, so right now the short term, it's right up here. But if I turn this back off, on the bigger time frame I was showing a while ago, it's right around this 60 to 65 area. So that's a very high chance of chop. So we need to get away from this area. In this area, it's really easy to get chopped up. I'll stay away from that. But I do like this right here, this previous day high and low. So I can watch us try to break over this, get outside of yesterday's candle here, or down here, get outside of yesterday's candle down here, which, I mean, that seems like a long way. Obviously, RTH, if we just went with, the New York session, that would be right in here around 810, which, like I said, I had a fib around 803. So somewhere in that area. 850 still going to be my highest watch for short today. Let me look at a couple other things on Edgeful over here. I'm going to go to QQQ. Let's go to QQQ. I've been showing some tweets on this lately, guys, but I love getting seasonality just for the, let's see, where is my performance trends? So this is something I've been tweeting out a lot lately, and it's something I really like. Let's just go to 5 years to get a big picture. Kind of encompasses, we had all kinds of things going on, right, in the last 5 years, but market pulling back a little bit now, okay. But watching this, so over the last 5 years, we're still in July. I tweeted this yesterday. Still in July. So just putting context and putting data with what I'm looking at right now. Obviously, we did have a bearish look on the weekly. I mean, that's an easy thing to see, right? This right here, kind of a shooting star, bearish engulfing. Now we see what happens, but we are still in July, so I'm not trying to get overly bearish just yet, even though some of the setups there, if I go to weekly, we're on this week right here, which interestingly enough is still a decent week, and we have all the earnings this week to look at, which brings me to my next point. I'm going to jump over here, Earnings Hub. I love using Earnings Hub. Actually, look at everything going on today. Of course, we do have Google and Tesla, big things today. So, ahead of something like Google mega cap earnings, where we have tons and tons and tons of possible read through on that, because they're going to look at their ad revenue, they're going to look at their streaming revenue with YouTube, data center, all kinds of stuff. There are so many boxes that Google can check. So we need to watch out for that. Will the market be a little choppy, a little indecisive ahead of that? Possibly, very possibly. So very possible today. I mean, what if we get an inside day today, which would be why, I mean, that's kind of the reason why I turned this right here on. Even if I go to like QQQ and turn it on, there's your previous day high, previous day low. So something I'm going to be watching today are these two areas right here. If we have an inside day, I'll just play the range back to the middle. So if we get down here, I'll start looking to try to take it back up here. If we get up here and reject at the highs, really anywhere in this area, I'll look for that to come back down. do we even have a gap to fill today? I don't think we even do. No, I mean, yeah, we don't even really have a gap to fill today. Yesterday, we never filled the gap. So that's interesting. We do still have this gap down here to look at. But anyways, we do have these earnings today, which Earnings Hub, I mean, you can see these ongoing calls up here. For example, GM's is going on right now. You can actually go listen to that one if you want. Coca-Cola, UPS, some of these companies, which I need to dig through these. The nice thing I do like is there will be an AI summary of these calls that I can read through later once that happens. But honestly, all eyes are on these two tonight, right? Or these two are it's one and the same. So these two is what I'm saying. All eyes on those. A couple other decent ones. I mean, Visa is one that I watch a lot, so I'll be watching that one as well. Beyond the earnings going on here or whatever, I mean, gosh, look at this performance on Google. Google loves July. Holy cow. Yeah, Google absolutely loves July. There's a report on here I posted the other day. Earnings season's among us. I do like looking at this. And so this right here is showing me earnings performance. Let me scroll down and show you. Right here, you've got before earnings, the day of earnings, and after earnings. So this is kind of just a graphic representation of what this report's going to tell you. But you can actually look at the performance. And this is, I've got it set to 5 years. All right, let's just jump that down to 2. So that's going to give me like the last 8 or so quarters. And you look Google over the last 8 quarters, run up into earnings, decent on the day of earnings, post earnings, they've come back down. And you see the stats right over here. So that's interesting. I'm showing you this one on Google. Here, let's just jump over to Tesla real fast because I know that one's a fun one for a lot of people. Obviously, Tesla been very interesting. The most recent one right here, you can see the actual percentage changes. So this is interesting to know, especially for you options traders. If you're looking at these different, options contracts, if you're trying to, you need to go look at your implied move. But beyond that, you also need to look at this and say, okay, what's the historic average that's going on as well? And I can even, let's go down to year to date and you look 3 days post earnings, the last 2 earnings that Tesla's had. The 3 days on average after has been actually a 4% increase, but you can see this last earnings, the data right here. So that's fantastic. All right, guys, market's open. I've basically got most of my targets, most of my ideas and stuff for the day. This gap fill right here. So in Q, overnight, it opened up, boom, look where it filled the gap right here. Filled the gap, boom, rejected. Basically on that same in that same time frame of filling that gap. If I go to the 5 minute, it was probably a little bit, just a few candles after. Look where this line I drew this morning was, guys. So I mean, zooming out, let's clean this up a little bit just to make it easier. But this is that line I drew zoomed out a while ago. And look where look where this SR flip is. We had a failure yesterday. I mean, look, rejection. Third chance, we broke it, failed to stay over it, right back down, rejected it again here. Very, very key area. Look at this 2015 or so. Watch that very, 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 very closely today. But like I said, I would want to see something like this to be long today. To be honest, that's what I want to see. And in this previous day's range, so I want to see this broken as well. If we reject here and bounce here, I'm probably not going to take this long until we get over this, right? I want to be over and outside of yesterday's range to go anywhere with that. So, all right, guys, I'm going to cut the stream off here. I'm going to jump over on Spaces with Jordy and the crew, and we'll see you guys over there. Appreciate you tuning in, and I'll drop a link to Edgeful down in the comments. They are running a free trial still, so definitely give it a shot. Like I said, this earnings report, I mean, there's so many. Look at all these new reports. And then last, just as a for fun thing, look at all these indicators. There's new ones popping up all the time. Look at this. Look at this list of indicators that they have on here. I may do a separate video one of these days just going through these different indicators, show you guys all the amazing things that Edgeful's got coming out, and new stuff coming out all the time. But definitely check out Edgeful, give it a shot, and I'll catch you guys on the next stream.